Integrated medicine has got two aspects. One, we believe, is integrating the various medicinal or healthcare systems to get the best out of it. In other words, 1 + 1 is 3 concept. The other thing is, of course, natural medicine. We rely on nature, and then integrated medicine we combine, and also we try to develop formulas which can downsize the chemical therapeutics. From medicating the society, we want to reduce the extent of medicating society so that when it is combined, we can downsize chemical therapeutics to about 20%. That is the target given for the research. That when you add on natural medicine to the current allopathic biomedical medicine, the synergy must be such that you can reduce the chemical content of the dosing or the therapy to 20% without compromising on the clinical outcome. Now, I'm involved in the development of this together with all my friends worldwide. AMRI is an international network institution. They set up centers worldwide. We network, we share, we develop, we promote, and we contribute. Now, why are we asking you all to do this? Oh no, not asking. I have no authority to ask you. I am appealing and inviting. That's how I wrote to the Deputy Minister. We invite the indulgence of TCM in this area. There are about 12 reasons. Okay? The first reason is that we have seen noticeable evidence-based positive clinical outcome on institutionalized dengue fever or dengue hemorrhagic fever patients using SBCV products, which are comparably much safer for human consumption. Now, how, you may ask? The biomedical fraternity always goes on evidence-based clinical trials, the so-called blind studies, things like that. Now, I'm from that world also. But in a situation where patient is confirmed dengue through hematological testing, we cannot do placebo double-blind studies. You have to save him first. So most of the parents or their brothers or their husbands or wives have come to see me, have you got anything for dengue? And from the research, I have given them products which traditionally has been used for viral diseases, especially in Siddha medicine. Later I will talk about it. So we gave to these patients, and most of these patients have given the medicine backdoor. Backdoor meaning the doctors just will outright dismissal of any natural products going into the hospital setting. Then we have noticed a pattern where the disease seemed to have been arrested and reversed within 24 to 48 hours. That claim you have to verify with your patients. It's not going to cost a lot of money. Then we also see that the current treatment for dengue, the clinical burden is very, very heavy. The trauma is severe. If they go into DHF, you know the dangers, they can die. So we believe that the clinical burden can be drastically reduced. And many patients who have been detected at the outpatient clinic level after taking the products were not admitted to the hospitals. Economic burden in terms of cost and patient days can also be reduced. Government can save a lot of money. Human productivity costs if hospitalization time is reduced. Sociological and psychological burden can be reduced for the patients in terms of family life and career. Once somebody gets dengue in the family, we know we had one whole family in Mantaka with dengue, was transferred to Kuantan Hospital. After 2 days only they called us and we gave the treatment, and all of them were sent back within 48 hours back home. Then we have the other aspects, the economic implications, export-driven foreign exchange revenue. Our products are now used worldwide by patients, from America to Australia to New Zealand. So there is a big, huge market out there, And from my research, we can continuously develop new products. We are registering another 10 products. We have submitted for registration new products for common non-infective diarrhea, for fertility, and for colostrum plus, colostrum, all that we have registered. So it's an opportunity. This is the most important part here. This is a national prestige, because the intellectual dignity of a country depends on fundamental research in terms of intellectual, I'm talking, IPO, intellectual property ownership. So that is why we can create property ownership in phytobiotechnology. This is a great thing for our country, because our phytobiotechnology potential is tremendous, tremendous. So we must join hands and make it a hub for Southeast Asia. Must make it a hub. This thing depends on going out of just follow the leaders. This is the problem now. You can't think out of the box. We don't have the audacity, the intellectual bravery to move on and go into areas where Western biomedical science have just not wanted to venture. And you know why? Why they don't want to venture into natural medicine research. It is the big buck story, because when you do natural medicine, you can't patent it properly. Just like when sildenafil was accidentally discovered. It was not discovered through science, through magic. They were doing research on blood pressure, they found that the other thing was becoming standing strong. It's accidental discovery. In natural medicine we call it magic. So, they know they are making the billions. Now why we want to disrupt the business? So they said, let natural medicine go at its own way, we will continue our chemical development. So you can see statins coming out just like one after another. Minor modification in the molecules, big claims. It's okay. But I think Malaysia should go strongly on phytobiotechnology. So we also can, this is an avenue to initiate HTA assessment. HTA assessment, of course, I know you all know about all this. We want to assess whether doing a study on this has got any clinical worthiness, whether it will bring benefit in all aspects, in terms of the clinical burden, in terms of the economic burden, the financial burden, and also the psychological burden. Will it save the hospital a lot of money? And if this product works on the 4 strains of dengue, there is always a potential for other virus, blood-borne virus, even avian flu. Don't be surprised. Don't dismiss it outright. Give it a try. I'm a pharmacist and I'm not going to make some kind of loose statements. I have a strong conviction that in nature there are many answers, because man is a product of nature. Then iatrogenesis. This is something which we are hiding. The Hospital Patient Safety Foundation of US, their findings says that 288,000 people have died from intra-hospital injuries. Whether it is chemical therapeutics, whether it is procedural misadventure or procedural weakness, 288,000 people have died from iatrogenesis. Iatrogenesis, very interesting word. It is from the old Tamil Dravidian word. Aitro comes from the word Vaitya, healer. Genesis comes from the word Genich. Genich means created, born. So it is actually physician created diseases.